Hello and welcome. On today's show, we are going to talk about Disney dining. Hello, I am Lauren Williams, and I am your host today on the Magical Travel Adventure YouTube channel. If you don't know, I am a travel agent, and I am here to give you information to help make your next trip magical. So today we are going to talk about Disney dining. Now, we are not talking today about the Disney dining plan. We are just talking about Disney dining in general and those words and that jargon that comes along with it. Because a lot of times we use these words as Disney experts, but then other people don't know what they mean. So this is just some information for you to make your vocabulary, Disney vocabulary, better for your trip. So the different types of categories for food there are snacks, quick service dining, table service dining, and signature dining. So when we talk about snacks, those are any things that you can buy in the parks that are just like a one thing, like a pretzel, like a cupcake, like a corn dog, like a turkey leg, although turkey legs aren't really a snack. But they're single served items that you can buy throughout the parks. They range, in prices and all types of things. What I will say is that you should check to see if you can buy a snack instead of buying a full meal, because a lot of snacks at Disney World are quite large. Or can you buy a snack and share it with people as opposed to everyone getting their own snack? Now moving on to quick service dining. Quick service dining is when you get you're walking into a place and it's considered like fast food-ish, but at Disney it's not exactly fast food-ish, meaning that it's maybe more upscale than some fast food restaurants. But you're walking up to someone or you're using your phone to mobile order what it is that you want, and then you're going to a counter and picking it up and bringing it to a table. This is the main option that a lot of people use. You get an entree and a side with a quick service meal. A drink is an extra cost. And you typically eat in the location where you have gotten that food. Now, these locations, these quick service options are offered at every single Disney property hotel. So there is always going to be a quick service option at your hotel that you can order from. Or when you're in the parks, you can also order at these quick service locations. They range in price. Disney gives like some weird pricing, like anywhere between like $8 and $25 per entree. So it's typical. I would say $14 is like the norm if you're going to get an entree with a drink, or $15. So those are great options for those quick meals that you might have for breakfasts or things like that. As we move on to table service, these are sit-down options. So a server is coming to your table, giving you a menu, or you're looking at your menu on your phone, and you are ordering, and then food comes to your table. Table service includes a lot of character meals and a lot of what's called family style meals. Family style meals means that you don't really order food, that there's a specific menu that comes to that restaurant and they just bring it out for everyone and you get different options. Something like this is like at Ohana for breakfast. They will bring you out certain trays of food for breakfast or for dinner. So you should look at those menus to see if that food that they're serving is something that you're even interested in before you go. Character meals often are included. They're not like an extra cost on top of the food that you're buying, but there is one price for adults and one price for children. So that is the price for those meals. Now, table service restaurants mean that you should be making a reservation for this dining experience. At this time, you can make dining reservations at 60 days before your first arrival day. If you want to get the dining that you want, you should start at 60 days and then keep trying. They do offer what's called a walk-up. You can go on you can walk up and always ask if there is any availability that day, or on the mobile device in the My Disney Experience app, they do have walk up options that you can try also. Unless you have a reservation, you are not guaranteed. Even with a reservation, let's say your reservation is at noon, it does not mean if you walk there at noon, walk up to the hostess at noon, that means you get to sit down at noon. It means that you have a reservation and you might wait. A lot of the restaurants, especially character meals, you will be waiting even with that reservation. So just something to keep in mind with that. I also say that for table service, sometimes you should budget at least 90 minutes to 2 hours for that meal, depending on what kind of meal you're getting, meaning from that wait time at the beginning, the actual time that you're sitting and eating, and then like trying to get out of their time. So if you want to make sure that you watch fireworks at, Magic Kingdom, and you make an 8 o'clock reservation somewhere else that's not in the Disney, that's not in Magic Kingdom, you might totally miss the fireworks because you're eating at that other restaurant. So these are things that you need to think about when you're making those reservations. The last part is signature dining. This is the elevated, the gourmet of Disney dining. And there are a lot of options throughout Disney World, including Disney Springs, that offer this type of dining. This is just an elevated type dining. It's going to be more expensive. It's going to be more gourmet. It may be even like a longer experience when you're dining. This is an experience. Like you are paying for these types of experiences to eat at these types of places. They typically have extensive wine lists, and obviously they are the most expensive. Reservations are required for these types of dining experiences, although you might be able to snag a last minute one, or you might be able to do a walk-up one, but not always possible. What I will say is a lot of these places offer a bar or lounge associated with them. So sometimes you can get the food eating at that bar or lounge area if there is availability. And that is also the last part, is that there are bars and lounges throughout Disney World. They are typically at the hotels, but there are like Nomad Lounge is in Animal Kingdom. These places are just great places that if you want to get a light snack and some drinks, this is a great place to go. Just know that if you have small kids, this might not be the best place for them, but you might have an enjoyable time also. And again, you might need reservations. It might be full. You might not be able to get in. So if it's very important to you, you want to make sure that you're maybe there right when they open or really late so you can get in right at the end. But that covers Disney dining. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and please let me help you plan your magical vacation.